Ascended Heroes. What can I say other than take my money? This is probably the most excited I've been for a Pokemon card set in a long time. Now recently, I just ripped into some Phantasmal Flames, of course chasing the Charizard and didn't get it, even though everyone else on the internet seems to have it. That is just my luck when it comes to ripping packs, but I haven't been overly excited about many Scarlet and Violet sets to rip open packs, and coming into Mega Evolution I'm starting to get a bit excited again. So I was ripping a fair bit during Sword and Shield era in the hunt for some of those awesome alt arts, but coming into Scarlet and Violet, I don't know, just nothing seemed to tickle my fancy. I always bang on about how good a Pokemon card set Prismatic Evolutions is, but the artwork, yeah, like I think it's a fantastic investment, but the artwork just doesn't really do it for me. I actually do like the Umbreon, but the rest, not so much. But Ascended Heroes, this is the most excited I've been for a Pokemon card set in a long time. This is where I think we're back on track, absolutely nailing the artwork and bringing some Pokemon to life and bringing some chase cards to life. This is one hell of a good looking Pokemon card set in my opinion, and I am super stoked to open some, and there are some big investing points to talk about in this set. Now I get it, it's not out yet, so don't go posting those guys, oh Pokeoz, you're jumping the gun. Look, I'm not talking about how good an investment this is, but I think there are some investing takeaways we can get from this, and I do get it, it's not even out yet. But let's build up some hype. This is an exciting set. So let's talk through it. There's over 290 cards. It does release January 30th, 2026. It is, of course, called Ascended Heroes. It is a holiday set or a specialty set, which means there will be no booster boxes. There's 33 illustration rares inside this set and 22 special illustration rares. The Elite Trainer box in this set does come with Ends Zekrom as the promo. So there is a very nice looking promo card sitting inside the Elite Trainer box. I don't know too much about the launch of this set when it comes to products, but I've heard there is a little bit of a delay on certain products and it'll be a bit of a mismatch of launch of products. But needless to say, like I said, there's some very good conversation topics to have collecting and investing on this. And of course, we talk all things Pokemon card investing on this channel. If you're new here, welcome aboard. And if you're tuning back in, I really appreciate your support. In fact, I appreciate everyone's support that tunes into the channel. It does mean a lot. Now, holiday set, Ascended Heroes. Rewind back 12 months, we had Prismatic Evolutions. Rewind back a further 12 months, we had Paldean Fates. Rewind back a further 12 months, in January for a holiday set, we had Crown Zenith. Now, I don't know about you, but my opinion on this is the Pokemon Company International, the marketing team is just absolutely genius. I mean, what happens in January or mid to late January is most people's Christmas spending is out of the way, Boxing Day sales are out of the way, perhaps family holidays are even over. You know, people might have gone away somewhere warmer if you live in the Northern Hemisphere, or if you live in the Southern Hemisphere in Australia like myself, everywhere is going to be warm in January, so it doesn't matter where you go, it's going to be hot. But people are going away from holiday, maybe from Christmas time to early January, all the money has been spent, and maybe they've had sort of that fortnight to set back into some sort of routine. They go, you know what, now's the time to spend money again. And I guess after all that spending, there is still some freed up income come late January. And what we'll see is just how good they are at positioning such great Pokemon card sets towards the middle or end of January. Crown Zenith, one of the greatest Pokemon card sets in a holiday set we've ever seen. Paldean Fates absolutely took off with that Charizard, Gardevoir, and Bubble Mew. And then, of course, Prismatic Evolutions last year was just a phenomenal Pokemon card set. I've spoken about how good that is a lot of the time. And look, Ascended Heroes, this looks like it's going to be absolutely bonkers. So that's the first point I wanted to make, is just how clever the marketing team is when it comes to that. Now, the second point I wanted to make when it comes to investing is just how big a Pokemon card set this is. Over 290 cards. So big set, lots of illustration rares, lots of special illustration rares. And with all that in mind, being a holiday set, there's no booster box. they're just, I don't know, they're just so clever. And that's the thing you got to keep in mind here is to get bulk packs, you can't go out and buy a booster box. So what have you got to do? You got to buy a bunch of booster bundles. You got to buy a bunch of collection boxes. You got to buy a bunch of elite trainer boxes. You've got to buy more product or spend more money to get the same amount of packs. It's just marketing genius, isn't it? And the cards put inside this set will make people want to spend the money on these collection boxes, on these elite trainer boxes. Like, it's going to be Prismatic Evolutions 2.0. And I'll tell you why. Look at the cards inside this set. I'll bring them up on the screen here. This is straight off the Collector app, which is of course today's video sponsor. Awesome app. There'll be a link in the description to download it. You can see just how easy this app is to use when it comes to navigating Pokemon card sets, total values, data when it comes to cards, but Gold Dragonite inside this set. And of course, this is the Japanese version Mega Dream. There's a Gengar SIR, bang. And look at the price. I know this set's just come out, but look at the prices the Japanese cards are holding. Typically, Japanese cards come out of the gate a little bit low, but we have a Gold Dragonite, we have a Gengar SIR, we have the Dragonite SIR. Dragonite is one of my favorite Pokemon cards. I remember pulling the original OG rookie from Fossil set. I remember it was my local Target. I was so excited because Fossil had just come out. And I got the first pack and I got the Holo Dragonite. And as a young kid, I was just absolutely ecstatic. I was over the moon. Like, I don't know, those feelings are hard to be replicated, aren't they? And that's where nostalgia comes into play with Pokemon cards, investing and the value of them. We've also got the Pikachu, we've got Rocket's Mewtwo, we've got En's Zoroark, even Grimmsnarl. If you're a Gen 8 fan with Marnie and Grimmsnarl, there you go, SIR of that. Metagross SIR. Even down to like some cute illustration rares with Psyduck. This set is going to absolutely pop off. We also don't know what exactly is going to happen with the reverse holos. Like in this Japanese set, looks like we have some different reverse holos there. So are they going to flow on, the energy-based reverse holos? Are they going to flow on to the English set? Either way though, looking at this set list, it looks absolutely amazing. And if we cycle back to the last set that's just come out, here's another opinion I have when it comes to Phantasmal Flames. I've been speaking about that Charizard from Phantasmal Flames for a few videos. And in fact, my last video was all about that Charizard and where I see its price point going. And that is the flavor of the month. That Charizard is so popular. It's such a good looking card. Everyone's ripping Phantasmal Flames in the chase of it, as well as the Gold Charizard. But I think this is just going to overshadow it. As soon as this set comes out, when we get the Gengar, people chasing the Gengar, when we have the Gold Dragonite, when we have the SIR Dragonite, when we have Rocket's Mewtwo 2.0, when we have even things like the Metagross, like people are just going to be chasing cards from this set. And what do you know? Everyone's attention span, unfortunately, is very small these days. People are going to quickly forget about that Mega Charizard EX from Phantasmal Flames and turn their attention to ripping Ascended heroes like crazy in the chase of these beautiful SIRs. It's been quite some time since we had a Dragonite. We of course had the Dragonite V from Evolving Skies as a chase card. It's also been quite some time since we've had a proper Gengar chase card, all the way since Fusion Strike. So we're talking 4.5 years since we've seen Dragonite and Gengar in chase cards. These are going to be big chase cards, and people are going to want to spend big money in the search of ripping them. The other thing to keep in mind is the set size here. When it comes to investing and collecting, pull rates are really important. This is just a wild guess because we don't know pull rates at all, but if the set size is 290 cards, there's 22 special illustration rares and 33 illustration rares. That means it's a big set. When we have a small set like Phantasmal Flames and there's only a few SIRs and a few illustration rares, what happens is, of course, pull rates are low because it's a small set. Adversely, the opposite effect to that is if we have a big Pokemon card set, like Prismatic Evolutions, like Ascended Heroes, we're going to see tough pull rates. We might see something in the vicinity of, to get an individual SIR, so the individual Gengar or the individual Dragonite, we might see something like 1 in 1,200 packs to chase these cards. And who knows what the tier will be when it comes to that Gold Dragonite. That might be 1 in 2,000 packs to get it. So this set is just going to be absolutely bonkers. As an investment, I think it'll be fantastic. I know it's too early to tell, but I'm super stoked for this Pokemon card set. Cannot wait. The artwork looks phenomenal. I cannot wait to rip into it, and I think think keeping those Elite Trainer boxes as an investment, keeping things like booster bundles, that Elite Trainer box, I know there's a little bit of controversy about it, but I think it looks phenomenal. Even the collection boxes, the artwork, the old style, like comic style artwork on it, I think it's cool. I think they've done a phenomenal job with this Pokemon card set. The timing of it is, of course, there, end of January. The Pokemon Company International, absolute masters at marketing, and here is another little tactic deployed. This is awesome. Cannot wait to open it. What are your thoughts? Let me know down below. Ascended Heroes, what a good looking Pokemon card set from my initial thoughts. I'm Michael, this is PokeOz. Catch everyone next time.